Alex Carey is an all-format Australian wicketkeeper batsman that has played some combative and aggressive innings around the world. With a compact and simple technique, he has demonstrated his ability to score to all parts around the ground, showcasing a wide range of shots. Here we'll be analysing his batting style and technique. Carey's batting stance typically sees him set up with an open stance around leg stump. In this particular example, he is set up around middle and leg. He's facing a left-arm bowler and is looking to line up the away moving delivery. Just before the ball is released, Carey has a small crouch. The crouch serves as his trigger movement. There is no movement across his stumps, and Carey's method sees him waiting for the ball to be released and simply reacting to the length bowled. Here we can see as the ball pitches, Carey is on the move. He keeps the stroke play and movement to the ball compact as he times the ball for 4. Carey's bat pickup sees him hold the bat up towards the first slip region, just before the ball is bowled. As the ball is released, he picks the bat up higher and on the same angle as his chest position. Interestingly, before he executes his shot, the bat face continues to point towards the slip region, where in most cases we see batsmen have their bat face point square on the offside. From here, he executes his shots accordingly. Carey is an elegant driver of the ball through the offside and utilises his hands and wrists to manipulate the gaps. In this first example, after the ball is released, he slightly crouches lower, and as discussed earlier, he moves accordingly depending on the length. In this particular example, he plants his front foot down the pitch as he spots the full length, and in that same motion begins to collapse the back leg as he gets low on the drive. Here we can see he has a solid base and a good bend of the knees that allows him for him to get low on the ball and get momentum into the drive. As he makes contact with the ball, there are a few important areas to note. He has excellent balance on the drive as he collapses the back leg further. The body, head position and bat are facing in the direction he wants to hit the ball. For this drive, we can also see he drives with the bat face closed, as the intention is to drive over the top of the ball to hit the gap in front of square. From this position, he utilises his bottom hand, allowing for the wrist to whip through the ball, which allows him to drive over the top of the ball. In this second example, we once again see the familiar crouch position after the ball is released. What is interesting to see, as the ball pitches, Carey is still on the move. Whereas in previous examples, he had his base position in motion, here he's slightly late on the move in this example. However, he doesn't push hard out to the ball and keeps soft hands. Just before he makes contact, we see his feet are set and there's enough weight and balance coming from both knees to keep a stable base as he drives. As he makes contact, he bends the knees further to continue the compact movement towards the ball. Carey doesn't overhit the cricket ball, and this is a prime example of his ability to time the ball. The bat, body and head position are again pointing in the general direction he wants to hit the ball. This third example highlights the compact and simple movement Carey has when driving through the offside. Before the ball pitches, Carey begins to move the front foot. As the ball pitches, we once again see that his front foot is still on the move. It seems the further back the length is, the later the front foot movement appears to be. Just before he makes contact, we can see that the front foot is pointing towards the offside. Carey lets the ball come onto the bat and uses timing to hit the ball for 4. He plays the ball under his eyes and skillfully he opens the bat face to manipulate the ball into the gap. Carey again moves his weight into the drive, showcasing the excellent weight and balance coming from the bend of the knees. When driving down the ground, Carey demonstrates the compact and punchy nature of his batting technique. As the ball pitches, he has a small movement onto the front foot. Factoring in the angle of the bowler from around the wicket, we can see he keeps a steady head position and refrains from allowing his head to fall to the offside. The bat swing comes through and he plays the ball under his eyes with the bat position straight and in line with his head. The position of Carey's front foot is important here, as he hasn't allowed it to plant too far across his stumps. He allows ample room for the bat to come down straight. This also highlights his overall balance when executing his shots. The ball comes onto the bat as he times the ball with ease down the ground. As he finishes the shot, the back leg comes across as the hip opens up as he holds the pose. Being a modern day batsman and a proactive player, Carey uses premeditation at the crease when looking to be more aggressive. In white ball cricket, a method he likes to use is clearing the front foot to open up all scoring areas around the ground. In this first example, he sets up with an open stance around leg. Just before the ball is bowled, he slightly crouches and has a small movement onto the front foot. This initial movement is a feint to trick the bowler. As the ball is released and pitches, he clears his front foot and opens up into our power hit base. Spotting the short length, he moves the back foot further outside leg to allow for the clean swing of the arms to pull the ball for 6. The initial feint forced the bowler to want to bowl straighter and shorter, which allowed for Carey to target the leg side. In this second example, Carey, rather than feint to deceive the bowler, simply waits for the ball to be released. He clears his front foot out to leg as he opens up into the power hit position. From here, he bends the knee deep to get low on the ball. What's interesting to see is how he moves the back leg to allow for his arms to come through to hit the ball down the ground for 6. The weight is being carried on the front leg, however he does allow for his hips to come through square that allows for the hands to time the ball. So far we have seen Carey hit to leg and straight down the ground when clearing his front foot. In this third example he targets the offside. Carey begins to clear his front foot as he spots the full length. Realising the ball is over pitched, he collapses the back leg and at the point of contact he's in an excellent stable power hit in base. Maintaining a still head position, he keeps low on the ball and slices the full delivery by opening the face of the bat. The hands come through as he smokes the ball through the offside. Being a wicketkeeper, Carey is naturally good at picking the spinners from the hand. Combine this with his proactive but simple approach to batting, he's able to target the spinners to different areas around the ground through a range of shots. When facing the spinners, Carey sets up with an open stance on leg. Similar to his approach when facing the fast bowlers, Carey keeps his initial movements and triggers to a minimum. As the ball is released, we can see that Carey is yet to make a move. With just a small crouch, he simply reacts as he spots the length and moves forward or back. On this occasion, he moves forward and drives the ball. An important shot in Carey's armoury against spin is the paddle sweep. The paddle sweep allows him to pick up the 1s and 2s to rotate the strike and also allows him to manipulate the length of the spinners for the next few balls. One thing that is evident when playing spin is that Carey keeps a much lower bat pickup in attack. This allows him to disguise the dab sweep until the last moment. As we can see, the ball has been released but Carey is yet to move at the crease. This is because, as mentioned earlier, he simply waits until he spots the length. As he spots the line and length, he begins to move the front foot across and simultaneously turns the bat face towards the bowler. From here, he uses the bend of the knees to get low down. He keeps a still head position and has the hands low to paddle the ball fine. At the point of contact, he closes the bat face using soft hands to pick up a boundary fine. In continuing with manipulating the spinners, Carey has the ability to reverse sweep. Carey taps the bat down as the bowler approaches the crease to bowl. Just before the ball is released and as he picks the bat up, he turns the bat face showing the back of the bat towards the bowler. Here he has the bat face into position to reverse sweep the ball. As the ball is released, he lifts the bat high into position to sweep from high to low and from the leg side to the offside. He has also moved his front foot across his stumps to cover the line of the delivery. From here he uses the bend of the knees to get low and powerfully sweep the ball away for a boundary. So far we have seen that Carey can sweep and reverse sweep the spinners to manipulate the field and the bowler's length. In this next example, he demonstrates his ability to target the spinners down the ground. As the ball is released, we see a slight difference in approach when attacking the spinner. Typically, he moves forward or back as he spots the length. Here, he has a small front foot press. As he spots the full length, he clears his front foot as he opens into the power hit position. From here, he collapses his front leg and, as mentioned earlier, pulls the back leg across to the leg side, which in turn allows room for the hands to come through. Carey uses his excellent hands to whip the ball aerially over mid-on. From the stump camera view, we can see the small front foot press. He then clears the front foot into the power hit position. Interestingly, from this viewpoint, we can see that he's not quite to the pitch and the use of the hands to whip the ball was to correct this potential mistake. We can also see how the back leg moves across to allow for the hands to come through cleanly. In the previous example, Carey whipped the hands through to get the ball over long on. Here we get another example of his hitting range. Just before the ball is about to pitch, he plants his front foot down the pitch and is also in a power hit position. He has an excellent bend of the knees to help him keep low on the ball and drive momentum into the shot. He maintains a still head position and collapses the back leg as he effortlessly times the ball straight. When lofting the ball through the offside, Carey, like many of his shots, waits for the ball to pitch before he makes his move. Here he clears his front foot into the power hit base, then collapses the back leg and opens up the hips to allow for the hands to come through. He uses the element of timing to smoke the ball through the offside.